So my second book is not as serious.
No, all the books can't be.
There's been a lot of heavyweight reading, and I really wanted tonight to find things that actually brought more senses of joy while also still making me stretch a little bit. I've just really, really invested in the idea that I have to keep stretching things outside my comfort zone. So my next book, I'm not going to show the title of it yet, starts off that it's written by Maryla Szymiczkowa, and it's a pseudonym for, and I have to look at this because I have to get the names right, for the partners Jacek Denel and Piotr Tarczynski. And they live in Poland. They are a married couple that write individually. He works as Denel is a literary fiction writer, and his partner is a translator. So this mystery, it is a mystery, is originally written in Polish, and so it's a work in translation. It's set in Cracow in 1893, and I found some history of Cracow that I didn't know, that Berlin was not the first city to be divided. And happily enough, I don't have to know all the things, but that many parts of Poland, it didn't exist. They were divided up among the Germans, the Russians. It was all segmented, much the way Berlin was after the end of World War II. And this particular story takes place in Krakow in 1893 with Zofia Turbotynska. She is a social climber. She comes from a less affluent background. She becomes a professor's wife, and her entire world is about increasing her social standing, except that she's obsessed with murder mysteries. And lo and behold, right after her husband gets a full professorship, a mystery arrives at Heckle House, the home for retirees, both affluent and indigent. And she just suddenly has to go into this. So this is the story of Mrs. Mohr Goes Missing. And yes, that is a nun's habit. That does play into it. I'm finding it delightful. It is a comedy of manners. So each chapter begins with things like, in which a peacock feather parades about Cracow on a Saturday, the watchman yields to the voice of Sarah Bernhardt. Zofia inspects the spot where imaginary treasure was buried and makes a dubious deal and finally discovers a thing or two in a love nest. And so each chapter has that kind of, that very mannered thing. It is definitely a comedy of manners. If you read the School for Scandal or things of that era, there are many things reminiscent of it. It is delightful and just has beautiful language, and it is a translation that just really speaks to me and has been a whole lot of fun. And apparently, since it says Zofia Turbotynska, there will be another book.
Yes, book two is coming out in the spring.
Okay, there we go.